welcome back guys. This is Ibrahim Quraishi here, and today we are going to install ESX Server. So we are going to do a nested setup, but I want to go through some details before that. Hopefully you have seen the previous video how to register on VMware website and download the ESX and vCenter server. If you're joining me for the first time, my name is Ibrahim Quraishi and my Twitter handle is Ibrahim Quraishi, @Ibrahim Quraishi, sorry. My blog is agileops.co.uk. Don't forget to subscribe and like my videos and hit the notification bell for new updates every week. Every week, Thursday, we'll be posting new sessions. So if you have missed the content, we are currently doing module 2. And we are going to install the vSphere 7. So this is why this is the second session, as I mentioned. So let's so we have done the registration part and downloading the ESX. Now we'll install the vCenter server. So let's get started. I have done a complete video on installing vCenter server on a desktop. So if you are learning this at home and you want to have a lab, you can use Dell Optiplex 7010 at home. The CPU is only valid for version 7, so be mindful of that. Currently I'm running the same Dell Optiplex over here, and I have done a full session of how to install ESX on my Dell Optiplex. I did one session on upgrading the ESX and one session on installing brand new ESX on the Dell Optiplex 7010. So these videos will be coming out soon after we complete this session, so be sure to check that out as well. Now today we are going to do a nested ESX installation. As you can see, I'm running a ESX version 7 on my Dell Optiplex, which is 32 gig memory and 2 terabyte hard drive, and I have a SSD in there as well. So for creating a nested ESX environment, we need to do some editing on the file. I'll put that in my that information on my blog. Be sure to check that out. If you don't have that information, you won't be able to install nested ESX. So I'll also put that in the description below as well for your convenience. So let's get started. So create a new virtual machine. Next. So this is going to be called ESX 02. .lab.local. Server family, we need to select other, and then ESX 7 or later. That's what we are installing. As you can see, VMware suggests you that this is only used for, this should not be used for production. So VMware does not support running Nested ESXi or ESX server in production environment. So as this is only in lab, it's fine to use it. So next step is we'll be setting up the storage. For now, I'm going to select my data store, which is the 2 terabyte hard drive. Click next. Over here we'll be doing some editing, so I will enable export CPU hardware virtualization to the guest OS. Apart from editing the VMware the config file on the physical ESX host, when we are creating nested ESX server, we need to make sure we select this option on the CPU, which is expose hardware assisted virtualization to the guest OS. That is very important, and we don't need these two options, but for now I think 4 gig memory should be enough. You could enable hot add if you want to, but for now I don't want to use that. Go to hard drive and make sure you're not actually using thick provisioning, so change that to thin provisioning and then click on next. And this is the summary page. The name of the ESX host is esx02.lab.local, which is the name of the ESX server. I do not have a DNS setup yet for this server. I'm going to do that soon. I'm going to set up a DNS because we need to have a DNS to register this server. Click finish. Today we are going to use the VMRC, which is VMware Remote Console, to install the Nested ESX. As you can see, I'm not using a vCenter yet because I haven't got one running at this moment. My next session will be how to install a vCenter server, and I'll be recording it and posting it for you guys. I'm going to click on the virtual machines, and we can search for ESX, and this is our server, ESX server. Click on that. So click on the server to power it on. As you can see, this is the web client which is opened. We do not want to use the web client because I want to mount the ISO. So we will go to actions and we'll select launch remote console, which is VMRC. If you haven't got VMRC running in your environment, you can download it from here, and I have a video which I have done how to install VMRC. Be sure to check it out, link in the description below. So let's click that, because it's quite easy to add ISOs using VMRC once it's launched. Always trust and continue. In a minute you'll see this console. There you go, we have got the console now. Now mounting the ISO is only possible when you have the virtual machine powered on. If the virtual machine is powered on, this removable devices option will be grayed out. Now because my virtual machine is running, I can have this options available, and I can go to CD and DVD drive, and then I can go to connect to disk image, file or ISO, and then it will allow me to browse my local computer to attach ISO. So I'm going to now browse where I have my ISO, which is in VMware folder, sorry, software I think it is in, and then in VMware and in ESX7. So this is the installer. As you can see here, the easiest way to differentiate, this is the vCenter server file which we downloaded previously, and this is the installer file, hypervisor. It says VMvisor, remember that, and this is version 7, build number is 1584380. So, and it's around 358 MB. So select that and click open. Once you do that, you need to go back to the console and then hit on enter, and you can see the ESXi installation started. Another thing, if you are using the VMRC for the first time, you need to remember, once you have click on the console, which is this black screen, your mouse cursor is stuck. I'm trying to move my mouse, but the mouse is not moving anywhere. If it is command line, then you can use the command line, or if it is graphical running, you can use the mouse within this parameter over here, within this parameter of the VMRC. So the way to exit your mouse once you click here is pressing Ctrl and Alt to release your cursor, and then you can have it back and you can go out of this VMRC window. Something to remember, because I don't want you guys to start the installation and get stuck and worry how can you get the mouse back. So it's Ctrl and Alt, guys. While we are waiting for the installation, if you find value and if you like my video, please hit like and share it with your friends on other social media platform, and be sure to hit the notification bell, because this series is going to cover everything from to learn for beginners, or if you are already aware of VMware. Basically this is going to cover what is new in vSphere 7 and vCenter server. So be sure to subscribe. The videos I post is on every Thursday 4 o'clock. So we are just waiting for the ESX to load. Once it's successfully done, we'll just go through with the setup. I hope you're nearly done. So this is the welcome screen. Welcome to VMware vCenter 7 installation on the most system, but only support VMware compatible guide. Okay, so what we need to do is hit enter to continue. Need to click my mouse first to enter this, and now we have the end user agreement. We need to press F11 to continue, accept and continue the terms and conditions. So I have just pressed F11 to continue with the new terms and conditions. It has picked up that I have a hard drive of 40 GB. So I need to install. I want to install on the same hard drive. So we need to press enter to continue again. It's asking the keyboard layout next. So I'm going to go ahead and select United Kingdom and press enter to continue again. We will need to set a root password, and it has to be a complicated one. So I'm going to add some special characters. Let's try that again. So this screen we are seeing because VMware is trying to warn you the CPU I am currently running, which is on my desktop Dell Optiplex, is only supported till this version 7, and further versions of ESX may not be supported. You will not see this message if you are running Intel Xeon or any supported version of CPU. When I got this desktop last year, I bought it on the basis that I was running 6.7. I'm quite lucky that it is supporting 7. I was planning to buy a new hardware for ESX 7, but as it is supporting this version, I'm just going to use this for maybe another couple of months. So we need to enter to continue. For installing, we are ready. At this point, basically we cannot go back. We need to press F11 to continue. We can obviously press F9 to go back, but be sure that if you have anything on your disk, when you press F11, it's going to wipe it off, and you're going to have ESX running there. So let's get started with the installation, and to press function to get to my F11. There you go. It's a quick installation, so hopefully in a couple of minutes we'll be online with the ESX server, vSphere 7. So there you go, the installation is successful. I'm going to hit enter to reboot. And you'll notice that the media will be already removed from here. No, it wasn't removed, so I had to disconnect it. That is to avoid installing going back to the boot CD boot again. So this is the first time we are booting ESX7, as you can see, but this is a nested setup, so basically this is running on a virtual machine on my ESX server. If you are starting with VMware as a beginner, I would suggest that you find a laptop or a desktop which supports ESX7 or at least ESX 6.7, which is pretty much similar from the hypervisor point of view, and get ESX installed on it. Bare minimum, you need to have 32 GB of RAM so that you can spin up some vCenter servers and a couple of other ESX hosts and VMs to play around. We could have 2 servers 16 gig each, that is also possible, but I would suggest if you have something like that, it will be a lot beneficial for you when you're trying to learn VMware. So this is it, guys. This is the installation of ESX host. Once you install the ESX host, we need to configure it. We need to set a static IP address. As you can see, this is DHCP given, so it's a dynamically allocated IP. So I have already assigned an IP address for this particular server, so I'm going to configure this. For configuring, you need to press F2, and then we need to use our password. There is no VLAN which I need to configure. I'm directly going to go to static, and I'm going to change the IP address to 91. Just quickly check whether this IP is available. No, it isn't. So 92 is available. We are going to use 92. And I will want to leave everything else as the same because the subnet and gateway is the correct one. We can disable IPv4 for the next time. I want to set up my local DNS server so that I can resolve this internally. So we need to set up a hostname ESX02, and then we need to have a suffix lab.local. So that's about it, guys. We have successfully configured this server here. We should be able to see this server coming up on the network on that particular IP address, which we just now checked. I'll start a continuous ping here, and you can see the server running here. I will need to add a DNS server. I need to update my DNS server to resolve the name ESX02. which I will be doing later on. So that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the session. It was a nice and quick one to install a nested setup. I have done a video for showing you how to install directly on a physical computer or a server, or you can do it on your desktop. In production environment, you will obviously using a server like a Dell, HP, or a Cisco server, but the concept is similar. You just need to burn the ESXi CD ISO, which you download from VMware, and then you get started from there. So I hope you like the session. This is the references here. Just want to remind you, I'm available on Twitter at Ibrahim Quraishi. Reach out to me, connect me, follow me on Twitter. Question of the day today is, what is DCIU? Oh, I forgot to tell you what DCIU is first. DCIU is a Direct Console User Interface, which basically is this. This is called DCIU. So let's ask another question while we are here, because I didn't give you more information about this particular question. So what is the best, as I didn't explain you what DCIU was, let me ask you some generic question. Comment on below and let me know whether you like this session today, and hope you follow me and hit the notification bell and click on like to this channel. Enjoy watching and keep sharing, guys. Bye. So that's about it, guys. So that's about it, guys. We are done with the configuration. We do have other stuff here on this screen. You can see that we have reset management network. That means it will wipe everything which you have configured. We have test management network. We can go and test our management network. So it should basically resolve and say, oh, everything is okay. And that's our DSCP server. Should try and reach it out as well. It will not respond to ping because I have disabled that, so that will fail, but that will come back. Resolving name is failing because I did not configure the DNS server yet, but that's fine. So we know everything is fine. This particular interface which we are working on is called Direct User DCIU, Direct User Interface. So remember that you need to understand what this interface is. This is Direct User Interface. Let me come out of this. I need to press Ctrl and Alt. So that's about for today. Question of the day is, what is DCIU? And also let me know whether you liked the session today. There's a new session coming out, which is basically me installing a Dell Optiplex server, which is my physical server, and it is going to be the same when you are working in your production environment. You'll be installing a server with a CD or mounting it through ID rack or ILO, something like that. Or if you're using Cisco, you'll be using SIMC to mount an ISO and install the same ESX server how we did today. Be sure to check out my blog and subscribe to it. It's agileops.co.uk. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Like this video if you like it, and you will get all the updates if you hit the notification bell. I post videos every Thursday 4 o'clock. Enjoy watching and keep sharing. Cheers, bye.